Hi everybody, we are here at MWEC and we got the winner of a side pod. Would you like to introduce yourself and what you won with, sir?
My name's Tyler Frazier and I won with Geargia Machina Karakuri.
Sweet, let's see the list.
So for Geargia engine, I put 3 armors, 3 arsenal, super staple, 3 accelerator. None of the little guys, they've always underperformed for me. And it's just another deck heavy target against Dark World, which is your worst matchup. Machina, 3 gear frame, 3 force. And the one thing I do that is a little different that I just started doing is I do the force over the cannon.
Because it can't get DDV'd, right?
It can't get DDV'd. People play the cannon because it's strictly better because it can be summoned. This can't. I played a lot of REDU, and at no point have I ever
summoned again.
It. But it's been deck devied a lot. And then my Machina engine can be dead, especially late game. So this has overperformed for me. It actually came up today under deck devy. So I think this is the way to go, especially in the meta. And then I do play the 1-in-1 Karakuri engine and all. It just helps you OTK.
That's sweet. I know most people only play one of the 2 engines, so...
Huge shout out to our boy Marcus Hayden. Back in 2020, shortly after COVID, our local was back in Cincinnati, actually started playing September 2012 format before Edison was big. And him and Larry Musgrove were on this variant, and they just destroyed every single locals we had for this event. I think this is the move. These cartridges are too good. The OTK lines are too easy, and they're not really breaks in their hand with the Machina engine.
Yeah.
They can be good normal summons under my control. You can still make plays and draw them, but at the end of the day, they're also pitches for Fortress, so you don't have to continue to waste all your resources. So big fan. And then I play 2 Birdman versus 1. Similar mindset. For our OTK lane, all you need is an armor, accelerator, Birdman. So just by having the second one, drawing it's not the worst, so it opens up your OTK line sooner versus having to establish a board, search it off Geargia again, hoping that sticks, setting an armor, and then killing next turn. So hard drawing it can be good, but then same thing, being a machine, you can pitch it off Fortress if it's dead, and also it makes mind control a little better.
Also, the fact that you can bounce...
bounce your gear frames?
Gear frames seems pretty good, too.
You can bounce opponent, again, mind control if you don't want to synchro away with them, like if you still want to use your board and push, you can clear their monster.
That's sick.
It's an extra X monster. And then I do play the hand traps. I play 2 Veilers, 1 Maxi. I go back and forth on cutting these again because of the Dark World matchup. I don't know what I would put in to make the matchup better. And these are just good in every other matchup. I do think you need some level of hand traps. If you have them and they do Dark World shenanigans, they do Dark World shenanigans. That's what games 2 or 3 or 4. And then last one, scores.
That card is so good in this format.
It's so good. I wasn't playing it for a while. This is what replaced the little level 3 guy. I was playing that over this. This card overperformed. It won me game against Dark World today. All these tech choices. And I wouldn't say tech choice. I know a lot of Geargia doesn't play the Gores. I was like that for a while, and because that's pretty common knowledge, if people break your board, they will full send under max seed.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I max seed somebody thinking I bought a turn, and they just will play into it, especially against wind up, and knowing you're not on the Gores or assuming you're not, because it's not common to kill you, which is bad vibes. So
I know I literally tell people, most people don't play it. If you have an open board and you can go for game, go for it.
Yeah, 100%.
So a lot of people, I think, have the same mindset, and if they run into a Gores, they can just lose.
And it came up today against a 3K Grapha, and I was able to turn around and win because of it.
Hell yeah.
So, then going into spells, small count, 3 MST, Monster, Dark Hole, Heavy, and then Avarice, Mind Control for your 1-ups. This is really good. This isn't the only thing that's not super standard. Just rank 4 toolbox, this is good. Mirror match, this is absolutely broken against other set Geargias. It's good with your Karakuri tuners, it's good with the double Birdman, and it's a main deck out the Thunder King, which you really struggle with. The hero bait matchup can already be hard. This card has overperformed for me. It won me game 3 in the REDU pod just by able to take the monster, clear the board, and attack for game.
Sweet.
So lots of utility, big mind control fan.
So much synergy with all the tuners you're playing.
Yes. I think if you're playing this engine, you need to play mind control. Traps. Solemn package, double bottomless, MVP trap card. Huge fan of this in this deck. It's really good in the format. Zen mains can be annoying to deal with.
Yeah.
It's immediate after that. You need to play 2 of this. I've considered playing 3, but I'm already at 41, and I don't know what changes I'd make. And then 1 torrential, 1 road. A lot of decks don't play this torrential just because you typically you don't want to break your own board, but
Yeah.
I've won so many games because of this one. You just have to be careful when you set it. If you play your cards right and you allocate your resources, you should be fine. I think this only really kind of punishes bad players if it's in your hand, and I do side the second one.
I think it's also kind of cool that the trap count is slightly lower than a lot of pure variants, because the fact you have a lot of the traps in your hand makes the MST and stuff less deadly, and it means you can set one back row, and if you have a Veiler or something, if they have Heavy Storm, you don't get blown out of the game.
Yeah, and with this variant, this is much more aggressive. I want to halt your plays just enough with my hand traps, my trap cards, and then I'm trying to kill you. You can't, which it's nice that you can slow down and play the mid-range game. Like the Machina engine, I've been able just to slow games down because Fortress can be such a problem. And then with set armors, and then when you're ready to push, you push. But I'm trying to find my kill line, and I'm trying to kill you very quickly. People aren't ready for it, especially with if they see the first Birdman in the grave. They're thinking they're safe, but the second one comes up often. Do you want to do extra or side?
Whatever's first. Start with that.
Extra deck, there's nothing spicy in here. 2 Gigants, Utopia. Utopia, I only play this because of the mind control. If I wasn't playing mind control, this would probably be just another rank 4. Maestro, Pappy, Roach for Chaos Dragons. It can be a difficult matchup. Shockmaster, shout out to Mr. Pudding. This was the one extra deck card I was missing, and he gave it to me because he's a homie, and this won me game 2 in round 2 of the pod against Dark Worlds. So, and the Gorse. This in combination with the Gorse too. So this was great. So thank you, Pudding. I would not have won without that because I was about to enter the pod without it. Karakuris, I do 2 Beret, 1 Barredo. That's all you need. It's your OTK line. Black Rose, Stardust, Scrapjacket.
Anything you change in the extra or no?
No, I really wouldn't. Because I don't side the Cyber Dragons, so I don't need the Chimera tech. But I really like my extra deck. Like I said, if the only change I think I would make is if I for some reason moved the mind control to side or cut that, I'd probably cut this for a different 4. I go back and forth on Pearl, just 2,600 sometimes is a good stat line. But with your Fortress, a lot of those 25, like Stardust, I'm not that worried about it because you can get a lot of value after crashing with Fortress. So
sweet.
Yeah, no, I think extra deck's pretty dialed, at least for me. For how I like to play this deck, I would not change the extra deck. I
know there's another option for mind control, which I think it was like MCOL 40 and some people were playing back in the day in Gadgets. It's the Gaia Charger. So if you're playing its wind up, you can slap it on top of any rank 5 or 6 you take. But I don't think this deck has enough extra space comparatively.
The extra deck is incredibly tight. It's incredibly tight. And you rarely, like if you're going into things where you're making things like Pappy, Utopia, like if you're making something besides gearging it, things are probably already going bad.
Yeah.
So I have a game plan. I try to stick to it, and it's paid off. In tournament, my only match losses have ever been to Dark World. So that's why I'm just trying to find ways to optimize the list to win that. So side deck, Dark World.
3 imps,
3
baby.
imps. This card obviously overperformed in round 1. I actually opened it both games 2 and 3 after getting game 1, and they didn't have the follow-up, and I won very shortly after that. Round 2 against David, this was dead in my hand both games 2 and 3.
He sides out.
He sides out of them, and he plays the turbo version with Dark Creator and trade-ins, which big fan of that version. I think it's underexplored. But so this was dead the whole time, but I was still able to pull through. Then I do side the second Maxi. This comes in against obvious stuff like wind-ups or psychics or anything. Double Soul Taker. This is mainly for Hero Beat. This outs Thunder Kings, outshinings, which can give you problems. The one trap stun. This is again for Dark World. This won me round 1 game in round 1 against Dark World, stopping at DEV. So very, very, very good. Triple Rivalry.
Best floodgate in the format.
Yeah, it's broken.
It's insane.
I already think you were favored in the wind-up matchup. This seals the deal games 2 and 3 if you get that far. Double imp. 1 Cosmos, 1 Needle Sealing, and I have the second Torrential.
Sweet. Anything else you'd change or any final shout-outs you want to say?
As far as changing anything, I don't think the side deck's 100% optimal yet. I don't know what that looks like. I think it's really close. I really like my side deck. Siding felt really good today. At no point did I feel like I was over-siding or wanting to bring in too many cards and not having enough to swap out. But no, siding's good. Shout-outs. Obviously, throw back to my homies, Marcus and Larry, for getting me into REDU forever ago, but then Marcus, you Pudding, and Hydro for bringing the format back and keeping it alive. I love your guys' contact. Hopefully we can continue to push the format. I think it's really good and people need to give it a shot.
Thank you for supporting it, and congratulations on your win, man.
Yeah,